Hello and welcome to another episode of Property Ponderings, the podcast where we dig deep into the world of property buying, selling and renovating, giving you property advice to ponder. My name's Craig Nickel, your host. I'm a licensed real estate agent in Melbourne, Australia, with over 15 years of property experience as an agency owner, property investor, renovator, town planner, salesperson, auctioneer and buyer's agent. I want you to make better property buying, selling and renovating decisions to build the future that you are chasing. In today's episode, it's all about the 5 most common mistakes sellers make when selling their property. Selling a home is one of the biggest financial transactions you'll make, and getting it right can mean tens of thousands of dollars more in your pocket. By the end of this chat, you'll have the knowledge to avoid these pitfalls and maximize the profit you take into your next property venture. So let's dive in and get one step closer to your dream property. So the first one and the biggest one I want to talk to you about is mispricing the property. One of the most common mistakes that sellers make is getting the price wrong, either overpricing or potentially underpricing. Overpricing often leads to a property sitting on the market for too long, which can make buyers suspicious and force you into price reductions later on, and also put you in a much more difficult position to negotiate. On the other hand, underpricing can leave significant money on the table and is a key issue when we're talking about private sales that have a fixed price on the advertisement. So according to data from CoreLogic and realestate.com.au, properties that are well priced and align with recent comparable sales tend to sell 10 to 15% faster and with much more stronger competition. So to avoid this mistake, invest in a professional property appraisal and review with comparable sales data. Remember, the goal is to generate interest and competition, which can push the price higher. A really big thing with property appraisals and looking at comparable data is when the agent is sitting in front of you and showing you those properties, are you able to think rationally and without bias, looking at those properties and going, are they actually similar to my property? Or are you just being handed a property and a list of properties that are much better than yours, and you're quite happy to accept that and eat that up on the day with the agent there, but is it actually accurate? Are they saying that your property is worth a lot more than it is simply to get the business? Because you're the one that's going to be in trouble if that price is too high when you go to market. The other thing about it is if your expectations of price are set too high because of this information that's given to you, then when you do get a really good offer throughout the campaign, maybe you say no. And then you're left holding the baby because later on you know you don't get any higher offers and you should have taken that one. But your expectations were set too high early on and unreasonable. So it's just really important that you're getting fed accurate information and you actually know where you should be pricing the property so that you can maximize your sale price at the end of the day. Because a lot of issues come from the mispricing. And I could talk about those all day. And I have hundreds of examples of this in action. The second big mistake is neglecting presentation and styling. First impressions count, and poorly presented homes can turn off buyers before they even step through the door. Many sellers underestimate the impact of professional styling and small cosmetic upgrades such as a fresh coat of paint, updated fixtures, or landscaping. Research from domain.com.au shows that styled homes sell up to 25% faster and can achieve 5 to 10% higher sale pricing according to their data. So hiring a professional stylist or simply decluttering and presenting a neutral, welcoming space can make all the difference. And on the properties that I've sold in the past, after a renovation, it was essential to get property styling to finish the job and really make everything come together and look as good as possible. So remember, buyers need to imagine themselves living in your property, and good styling will help them do that. The more that they can imagine themselves living a wonderful life in your property, the more that they will pay. So never forget that. The third common mistake is skipping pre-sale repairs and inspections. So sellers often hope buyers won't notice small defects like leaking taps, squeaky doors, or cracks in the wall. But minor issues can raise red flags for buyers, potentially costing you in negotiations or causing deals to fall through after inspections. According to SQM research, properties that pass building and pest inspections without issues tend to sell more smoothly and attract more confident offers. Before listing, invest in some pre-sale repairs or even a building inspection to identify and fix potential problems. Some of those problems are not always obvious, so a professional report and a professional inspection can help you to find those. It's a small upfront cost for a significant return on peace of mind and some buyer confidence just when you need it, an important part of the campaign. The number 4 common mistake is choosing the wrong real estate agent. Your agent is your greatest asset or your greatest liability when selling your property. Sellers often choose an agent based solely on the lowest commission rate or the highest valuation estimate. Unfortunately, both strategies can backfire. Instead, look for an agent with proven results in your local area. Check their track record, ask for testimonials, ensure that they have a solid marketing strategy tailored to your property. A skilled agent will know how to negotiate effectively, create competition among buyers, and guide you through the process with confidence. And when there are difficult moments in the campaign, that is where they will shine. If everything goes smoothly and the sale is easy, then everyone looks great. But there's always those difficult times where maybe there aren't as many buyers as expected. Something happens in the economy that puts a bit of a hurdle in front of you when you're selling your home. Those are the situations where a good agent, a skilled agent, will be able to give you the right advice so that you can navigate that situation and come out with the highest profit. Okay, number 5. Another common mistake is just poor marketing choices. Marketing is how you reach buyers, and poor decisions here can cost you valuable exposure and competition. Some sellers try to save money by skimping on professional photography, limiting online ads, or neglecting social media and property portals like realestate.com.au. The Australian Bureau of Statistics note that 92% of buyers begin their property search online, making high-quality digital marketing essential. Now that shouldn't be much of a surprise, but when they go onto these digital platforms, they want to see professional photos, floor plans, and a really strong online presence that can dramatically increase the number of inquiries and inspections. So remember, marketing is an investment in attracting the right buyers and achieving a premium price. So in conclusion, selling a property can be stressful and it can be a complex process, but avoiding these 5 mistakes, mispricing, neglecting presentation, skipping repairs, choosing the wrong agent, and cutting corners on marketing will put you in a strong position to maximize your sale price. Alright, that ends another episode of Property Ponderings. I hope these tips have given you a clearer idea on some common pitfalls and how to make the most for your next property sale. If you want to discuss anything further from this podcast, or if you're wanting some more tailored selling advice, please feel free to contact me on 0400 122 081. We'll chat again soon. The information provided in this podcast is for general information purposes only and does not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. While every effort is made to ensure the information shared is accurate and up to date, it may not apply to your specific circumstances. Listeners are advised to seek independent professional advice tailored to their personal situation before making any property, financial, or investment decisions. Nickel Buyer Advisory and Craig Nickel disclaim all liability for any decisions made based on the information discussed in this podcast. Property markets are dynamic and outcomes can vary depending on factors such as location, timing, and economic conditions. Always conduct thorough research and consult with trusted professionals before taking action. By listening to this podcast, you acknowledge and accept this disclaimer.